Yeah, I think so. Hey guys, I'm Chuck Wagon, and today I'm going to talk about some of the thought processes and routines that I use on the battlefield.
Listen up, listen up. Objective Alpha is neutralized.
What's up guys, thanks for stopping by. Today I want to talk a little bit about some of my thought processes, techniques, and routines that I use to help me be a better player and to also help break out of a slump or to correct certain things. Now yeah, all of this is common sense stuff that most of you already do. However, I know I am very guilty of breaking my own routines and not using the techniques I'll be discussing today 100% of the time. Going back to BO3, one of the first things I learned was recoil control. If you can't hit them, you can't kill them. So how did I do that? I'm sure it was the same way a lot of you did, and that's shooting at defenseless walls, as you'll see here in the background. A lot of people act like you're crazy when you tell them you actually spend time doing this. But for myself, the results were definitely well worth it. And as you kind of see what I'm doing here, I'm just kind of shooting at random targets, just kind of working on snapping back and forth and things of that nature. But one of the things I really focused on a lot was keeping the bullet groupings as tight as possible within a 5 to 7 round burst. And I would spend just countless hours on this particular map shooting at each of these levels till I got all the way to the top. And as I said, one of the things, or several of the things that I really focused on during these sessions were by burst firing, tap firing, how to drag the recoil, and so on. And what I gained out of it was I became a more accurate shooter and was able to get more kills as a result, as it allowed me to sharpen my muscle memory. Now, I still do this occasionally in BF4, but not nearly as much as I should and not nearly as much as I did in BF3. One of the things I always did in BO3 is before I would begin a gaming session, I would hop onto an empty server and spend anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes getting warmed up and getting that muscle memory fresh in my mind, so to speak. And there are two reasons I'm going back to this in BF4, and one of them is for the exact same reasons I did in BF3, and the other is to get used to the new gun mechanics in BF4, where the gun automatically returns to center. And the reason I'm not really used to that is completely yet is because I've not really played BF4 as consistently as I did BF3, mainly due to the multitude of issues that still plague the game today and then just it's had since launch. And that's really the purpose of this video today, is to get myself back into a lot of the routines I had in BF3 and to reintroduce those thought processes that I learned and employed and to implement those into my BF4 gameplay, because I've honestly not committed myself to that up until this point. Now, one of the things I do here is probably something that gets me in a little bit of trouble more often than I realize, and that's I kind of tap fired the guy. I was able to get the kill, but I probably tap fired him a little bit too much, kind of drifted out in the open there, exposed myself, but luckily I was able to get to cover, look at the mini-map, flank around, and get the kill. Now, had I led that guy a little bit with a controlled burst, probably would have got the kill a little bit quicker and might not had to kind of dart around cover so quickly. And then as you'll see here, luckily I'm able to kind of get the kills and kind of clear everything out, but I kind of had to rush into that. And after I got my weapon reloaded, I really didn't think enough to get back behind cover and let my health regen, as I just kind of ran out in the open again.
That's right.
As opposed to playing that a little bit slower and playing off cover a little bit more and working the pick, so to speak.
Yeah, I think so. Another one coming in. Oh, I'm going to shot from the other side.
Now, after a few unsuccessful pushes towards C, we decide to push Hilltop. And as we come up to the hilltop, I notice some enemies off to my right on the mini-map, so I'm trying to utilize cover as much as possible and flank around as I see an enemy come out of the doorway there, so I'm trying to flank around back here, see if he doesn't pop out, and see if I can't get an easy pick. And I know he's here, so I'm just going to chuck the nade, kind of draw him out. I come back, get position, and sure enough, there he is, and I get the kill. Now, I'll be completely honest, I probably should have been dead there, but luckily either it was the poor netcode or that guy just couldn't hit anything. I'm able to keep myself alive, get the kill, as we cap the point and get set up. Now, probably the second thing I learned in BF3 was peeking and pillaring corners and cover. And as you'll see here, I get set up on the side of the hill. I'm using the side of the hill and the rocks as cover, working some picks and defending this side of the hill, as I know my teammates have the other side of the hill pretty much on lockdown.
I don't think so. Cool though. That's pretty cool.
Now, by playing off the cover here, it allows me to do a couple different things. One, it limits my angle of exposure to the enemy team, but two, better angle of exposure to attack them. And lastly, it allows me to be able to get back to cover safely and quickly to regen my health or get a quick reload.
Two guys. Another second guy coming up the hill.
Now, while on the hilltop, I did a lot of things right. Played it smart, played it safe, played off the cover, pillared, peeked, worked the picks, and helped my team defend D. But as we push to recap E, I throw all that out the window, do the exact opposite, and cost us that push, and
Two more.
we were not able to recap E as a result of that, as I just kind of rushed in, wasn't paying attention to what's going on,
Right at me.
got myself killed, and ultimately cost my teammate to get killed as he was severely outnumbered. Now, as I made that push there before I got killed, I seen the guy off to my right,
I'm
completely
down.
ignored him, went for the guy in front of me, and as you saw there, got my face shot off as a result. Now, had I played that a little bit smarter, played it a little bit slower,
They're gonna push the hill.
could have got side by side there with my teammate, played off the rocks, played off the cover, kind of made them push us, and at the very least, we could have sustained that push long enough for possibly some teammates to get there to help us out,
It's gonna be a little messy.
but I didn't, and I cost my team by doing that.
Got it.
So these are just some of the thought processes, techniques, and routines that I'm going to focus and work on in the coming weeks to become a better player, to become a better teammate, and hopefully you guys learned something today, or at the very least was a bit of a refresher that you guys can take with you next time you jump on the battlefield.
Backside.
But that's going to wrap it up for today. If you liked what you saw, please like and share the video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. As always, thanks for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. That's all. Next time, guys, take care, and we'll be seeing you.